Hello, I'm Jane Eberle. I'm an associate professor in instructional design and technology in the Teachers College at Emporia State University here in Emporia, Kansas. The Teachers College here at Emporia State has been recognized as one of the top models for teacher education in the nation. I feel very fortunate to be a part of this Teachers College. I teach undergraduate classes during the year in technology for educators. It's for pre-service teachers who are just beginning their program and learning new ways in which they can integrate technology into their classrooms. I also teach graduate level courses in the summer, one of which was Universal Design for Learning and Assistive Technology, which I developed and taught for 2 years. I first became aware of Universal Design for Learning during my first year of teaching here. I found a little paragraph on the back of a book and I thought, whoa, this is what I've been looking for. I attended a workshop in Rochester, New York at the NYSCATE conference and learned even more about Universal Design for Learning. Then I came back and was part of a grant from the Kansas State Department of Education and was allowed to use the funding to revise my class from a more traditional type lab into one of more project-based learning, in which I can include assistive technology and universal design for learning. I have presented at many conferences locally, statewide, nationally, and even internationally, in which I have included universal design for learning in my presentations. I find that educators often are not aware of UDL, but once they learn of it, they're very open to it and they see the need for it as well as how intuitive it is. I'm hoping that one day UDL will be the norm rather than the extra or the extra stuff that we have to add on later. I've also written an article for a refereed journal about Universal Design for Learning, and I've incorporated Universal Design for Learning into several chapters of books in which I've been a part. One was for global learning, and we talked about distance learning and the need for Universal Design for Learning with students of various backgrounds. Another one, Queue Up for Technology, I included a chapter about Universal Design for Learning. I'm currently in the process of writing another book, I Do and I Learn, Integrating Technology into a Collaborative Project-Based Learning, which will be published in the spring of 2011. In it, I will not only have a chapter at the beginning of the book, but I will refer to Universal Design for Learning throughout the book so that readers will get a feeling that it's not just something that's extra, it's something that we do all the time. I really think that we can spread the word for Universal Design for Learning, and I'm very excited about doing that. I know that if I had known more about it when I was teaching in the elementary school, I would have been an even better teacher. I really feel that Universal Design for Learning should be the mainstay of education. We need to address the needs of every child, and we need not to frustrate them or beat them down as they're trying to learn. Every student can learn, just maybe not in the same way. And I want to be a part of the movement that helps every kid have accessible learning, accessible materials, and alternate means of expression.